So our first speaker of the night is Stephen Jaye. This is going to be, I believe, his second time on stage. I ask stupid questions every time we do an Ignite Denver is getting to know you stuff, icebreakers. And one of the things he said he was absolutely not competent in, but convinced himself that he was to the point that he is now competent, and we could ask him to prove this. I want to, but he has to do the talk first, is freestyle rapping. So please, welcome to the stage, Stephen. First guy, clap a lot.
So I'm going to answer the question you've had on your mind for years. Does the town of Breckenridge, Colorado believe in Bigfoot? Now, my story with Bigfoot goes back about a decade and a half to 2011. Does anyone remember this? We were doing all sorts of stupid stuff on the internet. There was planking that led to several deaths. There was owling that literally looked like you were taking a shit. Perhaps the dumbest one was coning. I mean, seriously, just eat your ice cream, right? Well, I came up with one that was better than all that, and I called it Bigfooting. Yep, you go to a crowded place and you make that pose. Now, about a month ago, I found myself with another family on a spring break trip to Breckenridge. Now, who here remembers this past ski season? Who here wants to forget this past ski season? Yeah, there was not that much snow. In fact, this is what it looked like. You can see there's so many bare spots, and by the end of the week, we were actually down to a third of our normal snowpack. So there was other stuff to do, and what I found myself doing was I'm at 9,000 plus feet in elevation, it's still March, and I'm in a hoodie riding my bicycle. That's how warm it was, and that's how much it was kind of the winter that never came. But Breckenridge is a wonderful town. What I love about it is that it's more than just a ski resort town. It existed 100 years before the ski resort started. There's cool little features like this, and there's plenty of places to ask people questions, and it also feels Bigfooty, you know? You think of Bigfoot, you think of where he shows up, and it's like, you think what? Places with woods and mountains, Washington, Oregon, Idaho. But Breckenridge could fit that bill. So I'm a scientist at heart. Shout out to any meteorologist out there feeling the shade. And in science, we design and create experiments to collect data. And the data I wanted to collect was, well, what is Breckenridge's relationship with Bigfoot? Do people here believe? Luckily, Breckenridge has an active bar scene. That town has tons of places you can go and find people and simply ask them, do you believe in Bigfoot? And I wanted to ask the right people in the right place. I avoided interrupting people's family dinners and also talking to people that are just staring at their phone. But there was March Madness going on at the time. There was plenty of people that were just having fun with their friends, ready to shout out things. But this experiment is not a one-person operation. When you have groups of people, groups of 10, 12, 20, you're going to get answers really quick. You can get a lot, so you need someone to ask the question, and you need someone to collect the data. Luckily, on this trip, what the family went with, there was a 13-year-old boy who was also interested in this experiment, in understanding, do people here believe in Bigfoot? And he was able to become my primary data collector. And the data was collected, of course, on a napkin. And it turns out we got 71 yeses. Yeah, we asked a lot of people. 71 said yes, 40 said no, 13 said, I don't know if I believe in Bigfoot. And we got some really interesting ones too that you probably expect. People talking about aliens, people talking about Loch Ness, 4 people saying that they had personally witnessed Bigfoot. And some of the strangest ones were someone that said that at one point Bigfoot was alive in 1980 when his uncle had an encounter, but now ceases to exist. Someone told me about spending every Friday night with his friends looking for Bigfoot, and we even ended up in a lengthy discussion about the New Jersey Devil, pictured over there. But I think with 70 to 41, we can reasonably conclude that Breckenridge does indeed believe in Bigfoot. But some people called into question my experiment, whether there could be some biases. The first bias that was introduced was the idea of the Santa Claus effect. I was told that had I conducted this experiment with only adults present, more people would have been comfortable telling me they don't believe in Bigfoot. Now, I don't know about that, but more obviously, there's the state of mind of the people who I interviewed. And of course, this is March Madness, so, but how much is that really gonna bias things? You know, you get drunk, are you more likely to wanna believe in Bigfoot or less? So I think Breckenridge does believe in Bigfoot. And the question I have for you right here is, does Denver believe in Bigfoot? Raise your hand or stand up if you believe in Bigfoot. I wanna see. I mean, still probably most people not, so yeah. Thank you very much.
Have a good one. Freestyle rapper, Stephen Jaye.